Drones are not new anymore, and what happens after a while using something? You may want to sell or buy second-hand products, and in this case drones. In this video we'll talk about second-hand drone world that is opening up and growing up very fast. Hello guys and welcome again. This is Alex with Chivo on the camera, and in this video we're going to talk about the second-hand drone market that is blooming. And we'll talk about what should be important to you if you want to buy a second-hand drone, and also what's important if you want to sell yours. Because there are some questions that sometimes I'd like to have answered, such as: is a 3-year-old drone still good? Does it have enough video, photo quality? Will the batteries be still useful? Will my smartphone run the app flawlessly? Oh, but wait, everything will depend of course in which country you live in, and if it's tradition for you to buy and sell second-hand stuff. Because some countries have it in their culture as something very popular and others just don't. Now let's start for real. This was probably the drone that changed everything. It was April 2015, 4 years ago now, and DJI had a great experience with the Phantom series, to which you still had to attach a GoPro or another camera. With the release of the Phantom 3 Professional and the Advanced, DJI changed the drone industry completely. Until then you could find very few drone videos, and most of them were not even really good. I remember buying this drone new and traveling, shooting and editing, and it boomed. Those were good times, and the Phantom 3 Professional is still the most important in my heart. I haven't loved any other drone like this one. But anyway, as I'm saying, this happened 4 years ago, and drone technology has evolved pretty fast. We've seen now better and bigger camera sensor, foldable drones, obstacle avoiding systems. This all leads us to the topic today, and it's that it's still pretty new industry. However, 3-4 years in tech is like 200 years in humanity, and of course people want to sell their older drones to get newer and better ones. Now let's start with what you need to know as a buyer, and that will entirely depend on how much info the seller is gonna give you. First problem, let me give you an example. Say you wanna buy this drone, the P3 Professional, and see what happens. They are pushing me to buy the new drones, but I was looking just for batteries because I want to purchase a second-hand P3 Professional privately. Now, you have options if you look on the internet, but not official anymore, and with all the related problems that may occur. The second thing is that a drone is not like a car. By that I mean of course that if a drone had a crash or many crashes, chances that you can see it will be very high. A used drone that had no crashes shouldn't have any scratch at all. It should be as if it was new. This means, of course, that if you see a scratch drone and the seller says it had no crashes, well, this could be a big lie. On a car, it's a bit more difficult to know and to see if it has a problem, but drones are very simple. Third, you may be buying a drone without being able to test it, and that's kind of course, scary. Of course, our recommendation is to go and test the drone, see it, feel it, fly it, and test that everything works perfectly. But if you're not able to do so because you live far or whatever, don't hesitate asking for many pics or even a video to show you that the drone is flying. I mean, it's not cheap, right? 4, and the most delicate and probably the most important part, the batteries. Our recommendation here is, if you're buying a used drone, to get new batteries, because on that topic you will never know for sure. Batteries get harmed by using them a lot, and they also get harmed stored in a closet. Now, what do you need to know? Well, ask for the charging cycles. You'll be able to know how many times they charge their batteries. Talking in general, LiPo bats tend to be working perfectly up to about 500 cycles, more or less. But what's the problem here? Well, a cycle from 100% to 0% is not the same as a cycle from 70 to 55%. The best for a battery, of course, is doing smaller cycles. However, you will never know what the seller did. Plus, you know it from smartphones, once a battery starts lowering capacity, it does very fast. The numbers I'm giving you here are very general. Every single case will be different, but they are more or less accurate. For example, no battery would resist ever 2000 cycles. Fifth, the drone and its components, motors and so on, shouldn't be really affected by use unless dirt, sand or water has been close to them. The only component that could be affected and will be affected will be the ESC, electronic speed control, that could lower its efficiency over time or start malfunctioning. The best thing you can do on this part is to check the condition overall of the drone And does it look clean? Is the case clean? And everything around. Sixth, the firmware and the apps. Talking about the P3 Professional, even the latest firmware being almost 2 years old, it does work perfectly and I haven't seen any trouble flying my P3P last week on a Samsung S9. The only thing is that I won't have any new firmwares or anything coming anymore for this drone, but hey, it works. This shouldn't be a problem, at least for now. You won't be able to do some fancy intelligent flight modes, for example, but anyways, who use them more than once or twice? Number 7 and last, video and or photo quality. Well, I can promise you right now that if I film and edit my P3P footage and put it side by side with an edited Mavic 2 Pro footage, you won't see much of a difference. In fact, we have done many tests like this on our channel, and you don't know how many people guessed wrong which drone was filming. In terms of final output quality, steps have been minor in the past 4 years. As mentioned, we've seen better gimbals, better technology around the drone, but not much regarding the image quality, even though there's been progress. For finishing this video, I wanted to just sum up something that happened to us and what inspired us actually to do this video. We have a bunch of drones here that we don't use, as you know, not the crashed ones, don't worry. But for example, we have the Mavic Pro Platinum and we made 3-4 videos with it and didn't use it really anymore. So we thought, okay, why not selling it? We downloaded the app that popular is here in Spain, like Wallapop, set up and posted it, and Jesus, when did I decide doing this? I woke up next morning with 264 messages. Jesus. Well guys, thanks a lot for watching. We really hope that this 7 steps helped you a lot, and nothing really else to say. We like doing this kind of videos in the studio, and of course Chivo doing nice stuff on the camera. Nothing today, but it's fun anyway. Nothing really else to say, guys. Always remember to keep Trump and talk to you easy.